Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Oughta Know, where I introduce you to bands that you should definitely have on your radar. Today's guest is the Wrong Sides out of Puerto Rico. How you doing, Israel?
Everything is going well, man. What about you?
Good, good, good. Let's talk a little bit about the band. How did you guys get started, and how did you guys come up with the name?
Well, we started with when we were recording the first single, "A Bad Joke," and so that day we decided to make it a band. So the name came because the bass player and myself, we are lefty players, so that's why we call it the Wrong Sides. So that's basically it. It's simple.
Cool, cool, cool. So your drummer, is your drummer a lefty also, or is he right-handed?
No, it's right-handed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How would you? This is going to be tricky. How would you define your sound? How would you describe it?
Well, man, I mean, we try to. I mean, in every composition that we made, we try to put a little bit of maybe a sarcastic humor on it. Uh, yeah, it's progressive metal with a little bit of maybe jazz fusion. But if we describe the unique form, the unique sound will be like we try to be a little bit sarcastic in the tone, in the sound, and the compositions. Right now, for example, we are ending the recording process for the second album, and I mean this album is gonna be crazy, and we have a song that it doesn't repeat any part. You know, it's creating. You know,
Just
and it
going and
doesn't.
going.
Yeah, it's
Just
something.
steamrolling down. Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So let's see what happens.
See, it's so interesting to me. Like I remember the first time that I heard about you guys, and maybe not individually about you guys, but I remember like hearing about you, and it was from like a friend of a friend that is like, hey man, you got to hear this guy. He's really good. It's like, oh, okay, cool. That's pretty cool. I said, damn, he's good. And then like this is a little bit of like a kind of like a fanboy fan like story or whatnot, but like we go back to the last Nam from last year. It was I think the first night or something, and my wife and I we get out of the show, and we stop at the pizza place right there to get food, and I hear the guys behind me talking. And it's like, oh, you guys are Puerto Rican, and it was you guys. It's like, oh shit.
Nice.
And yeah, and like next thing I know, it's like, oh crap, yeah, dude, I follow you on Facebook. It's like, oh yeah, really? And then like throughout the weekend, like we kind of saw each other. Like I saw Gio and Juan Carlos and a couple of the other guys. I was like, all right, cool. And then I started listening more and more, and I saw that you guys were coming up with the album, and so I got the shirt. I had to get the shirt. And I remember hearing that song because it had Derek Sherinian is the lead, like he's the guest keyboard player, right?
Yes.
And so that intrigued me. I was like, okay, let's hear this. And I was like, oh my god, wow! It was such a mixture of everything that I've ever liked musically. It was just amazing. And then after that is Categoría 5, right? Is the next one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was the
And,
second album that we released. No, I'm
and,
sorry. It's a ballad.
oh, it's a ballad. Like I know there was another song that, and even you, I think you did a playthrough of the song.
Oh
And
yeah,
when
it's Categoría 5. Yes, you're right.
it, you did that playthrough, and I remember seeing it. It's like, holy shit, I gotta share this. And I remember sharing it with a couple of my friends. It's like, hey man, you guys got to see this. And everybody was like, who is this guy?
Oh man,
So
that's
well,
awesome, man. Thank you very much.
no, no, man, you're welcome. And the thing is that like, so this is the main reason why I like having bands like you guys here, because it is crazy to me that people with such talent like you guys don't have more exposure. Like you guys right now, are you signed with a label or anything, or are you just 100% independent?
Yeah, we are independent, man. And for be clear, I mean, it's a little bit scary right now on these times to sign up with the label, you know. Uh, so we're trying to make this happen. You know, we are putting our hearts on there. So
Yeah, labels lately are trying to uh, get away with murder more than usual. I feel like I don't know. I've heard way more horror stories now. I don't know if it's because there's access to the horror stories. Maybe there were before, but who knows? Uh, so you know, so last year the stupid pandemic happens and we're all stuck at home. Like, how did that work out with you guys? Like how did you guys handle that? Like, were you? I'm assuming this is how the new material happened. Talk to me a little bit about that.
okay, it was good and bad. I mean, it was bad because I mean we had a tour with a really good friend of mine from Italy, Gianluca Ferro, and we were gonna do a tour on England. It was a 10 days tour. You know, it was something short, but it was gonna be good. So that didn't happen because of the pandemic. And you know, the positive thing was that I got to write in music. I start to write the new album with Brian and Jose. And yeah, so we end up the writing process and we went to the studio. So now we are planning this tragedy for everything.
So the album is done recording, or you still putting the finishing touches on it?
We're done recording. So, yeah, we we're done. Right now we are in the mixing, you know, process. So we are hearing things. You know, if we don't like it, we don't like it. So if we
Yeah,
have to record it again, so I think
the
Alex
not
is
fun
gonna
part.
kill us.
Yeah, and you're recording where? You're recording in Puerto Rico, right?
Yes, we are recording with Alexis Perez in on sorry at the Highway Records.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool, cool,
in Arecibo. Yeah,
awesome.
it's a good place to record, and I love it, man. I love the guy. You know, it's fast and the sound. It's amazing.
So you guys put out you guys put out a single. Was it earlier this year or at the end of last year? The Quietus Me,
Why does
Quietus
me?
Me.
Yeah, it was early this year. Yeah.
Oh, so is that single gonna be part of this album? Was that something that is just like a bridge in between the first one or and then the album? How, like, talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that song is gonna be at the album. It's gonna be a new album, and we are gonna releasing a cover with a friend of us. It's called David Moreno. So we did a cover to just to give something to the people to listen. So we did a cover, and when the cover is happening on the social media, so we still, I mean, we are working, on the album, merge everything, contacts, and all we have to do.
Cool, cool, cool. Do you have a date yet for when the album comes out, or?
I mean, I wish it was for tomorrow, but no, no. I mean, if realistic, uh, maybe for November, December.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah,
you're still planning on releasing it this year, regardless.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's the
there's a lot
plan.
of things that we have to do first. I mean, talking about the merch and all the things that we have to do for it.
Cool, cool. Um, so how long has the band been together? Actually, when did the band get together, the three of you?
I think the band is gonna be like maybe 2 years old.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it everything happened when we were recording the song about joke. So that was the moment that we said, hey, I mean, we feel connected. I mean, I like to work with you guys because at first it was only Brian and Jose. So they invited me for the song, and when I heard them playing at the studio, I said like, let's make a band. What the fuck? I
Yeah.
mean, let's do it.
Yeah.
Why not? So
Duh.
so I mean, they are beautiful persons. They're amazing musicians, and we get along. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like out of the you guys, you've done some shows, right? Like have you been able to do some live shows before this whole COVID stuff happened, or
no, no.
like
I
did you get?
mean, before the pandemic, we had this show with Felix Martin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Martin and All Is Fuse.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's called It's All Fuse by Johan Torres. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. How was that? How? I mean, I know that my buddy Oscar, he had a show in Orlando with Felix Martin, and I want to say Sarah Longfield also. And I was like, how did you manage that? How do you handle like getting on stage after that? It's like, well, we went in before, so that helps. Like, okay, good. So how was that? Like, because I mean, Felix Martin is one of those things that like when he gets on stage, it's like you don't know if you're listening or if you're watching, right? Like it's almost like you're there for class. It's like every time I go to to a Dream Theater concert, it's like I don't know if I'm listening to the music or if I'm there going like, so that's how he's doing that. How was that?
Well, first, I agree with you in everything. So, I mean, I was nervous, but Brian and I also were sick, man, because the show was after NAM, and you know it was cold there, man. So when we get back to Puerto Rico, we were sick. I have fever. And
And you get the NAM flu. Like everybody gets like most people get the NAM flu.
yeah, yeah, that that's it. And yeah, we were scared, so we didn't care if we were sick. So that show have to happen. So we did it. We did it. I mean, it was a beautiful experience. Felix Martin is an amazing guy. He's an amazing player, and the guys from It's All Fused too. I mean, those guys are sick, man. And they are also from Puerto Rico too. There's a sax player, everyone there. Jonathan Suazo, Johan Torre, Gabriel Vicenzo on guitar. Uh, I think it was Fernando on drums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fernando, who? Fernando.
I forgot his last name.
Ferrer? Fernando Ferrer, the short guy?
Ah, yeah.
Oh my God! No way!
I think he was on Spain doing.
That's dude. That's my brother. I love that kid. Love him to death, man. Like we played together. If it's the same Fernandito, if it's Fernandito, man, Fernandito, si estás viendo esto, saludo, brother. Man, I love that kid. That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Man, this is so good to hear. Like as somebody that I left the island back in 2000, and I was never able to connect again with the musicians in the island. It just didn't happen. I still have friends that I talk to that are in the music industry and whatnot, but never. And I feel like this interview with you and I did one with Bella Stella last year. This is part of my way of trying to reach back and trying to see that it's like there is a scene. And there is a lot of talent down there, and people need to know that. They need to see that. They need to go and experience it live. It's. I know that there's health crisis and whatnot, and we have to follow some guidelines. But man, like people got to go see you guys. Like you guys are amazing.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, I share the same feeling on you, man, because before, I was living in California. I was playing with the Mirage Theory, And when I came back, uh, I didn't know much about the scene. And to be clear, I mean, I wasn't never part of the scene here, because before playing with the Mirage Theory, I was doing gigs, with artists. I mean, and it wasn't metal even. I was doing gigs from salsa, rock en
Dude,
español, yeah,
dude,
reggaeton, you name
if I have to play one more Mana song,
it. Yeah, I did a lot of cover too,
no
man.
offense to Mana, you guys,
Yeah,
Mana, if you're watching this, like, good on you guys. I'd rather play my own shit.
yeah, I did a lot of covers too, man. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I wish people would go to see new people, not just not just the rehash stuff. Like I said, you guys, and I know for a fact, when I interviewed Bella Stella last year, I remember listening to their stuff and going like, oh my god, like how did I not know about these guys? They sound amazing.
Fuck yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the future. You guys have the album coming up. Um, what else is coming up for you guys? Are you guys planning any music videos now that the health restrictions are kind of coming down a little bit? Are there any plans for maybe like starting up some tours or something like that?
Yeah, we have a couple uh, dates of. I mean, we're gonna be playing in Texas very soon. We're gonna do the whiskey very soon too, and we're gonna do some playthrough videos. I mean, drum playthrough, bass and guitar. We are planning a music video, so maybe it's gonna take a little bit for that one, but it's gonna happen. So, and we have a really beautiful surprise on this next album, man. We have a special. I mean, we have two special guests that they're amazing musicians too, man. And it's something that I wanted to do for, man. This is a dream come true. So it's gonna be amazing.
That is awesome. I don't want you to give away too much because I want to keep it a surprise. Don't even tell me because I want to be surprised too. Because like I said, I'm the interviewer, but I am also a fan.
Oh, thank you, man. I
So
can't wait
speaking
for
from
your
the
stuff.
heart, and I mean, the one surprise that I can give is that I know for a fact that your guitar solo is going to be on my song that hopefully I'm going to put out this summer. So that is going to be fantastic. So it kind of relates to the whole thing.
And it's a
Uh,
beautiful song, man. I when I heard it, I spent a long time without feeling, you know, when you work in the music, and I mean, there's a time that you started to see like a business, and
yeah,
sometimes you lose the feel,
yeah.
the, the,
You
the
get on a routine.
yeah, yeah. And when I heard the song, man, it brought it back to me. So it was a beautiful thing, man. So thank you for having me.
No, thank you, man. I mean, I remember, like we talked on the phone, and I told you, like my first reaction is I started like laughing, and my wife looks at me like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like, honey, he read my mind. He literally played the solo that I had in my head. He literally played my mind and blew me away. So I don't know how to react to this. So I am so excited about this, and I can't wait to put it out there. But this is about you guys. So where can people find the wrong sites? Where can they find your music?
So in in every platform, in digital platform, and we have physical copies too. The normal things are Spotify, YouTube, Bandcamp, you know, iTunes, Apple Music. So yeah, everywhere.
All the usual suspects.
Yes.
All right. Cool, cool. And your social media, do you guys have a website or is it just through the social media?
Just Instagram, Facebook, and all the
Okay.
digital
Just,
platforms.
all right. Just the wrong size or at the wrong sites?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. So for the people that are watching this and they've never heard of you guys, shame on them. What would you say to them to like to come listen to you? What would you tell them?
Well, if you really like crazy stuff, so come and give it a listen. Or if you guys like to go on a trip, so this is the music for you. So
Yep. I will say that definitely musical trip is definitely a good description.
yeah.
Israel, thank you so much for being on the
You, man.
show.
Thanks to you.
Everybody watching, this is the wrong sides out of my beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Everybody, thank you so much. Israel, un
Thank you,
abrazo.
man.
Te quiero. Te
Igual.
cuida.